Well, it was a good bounce-back win for the Indiana Fever Friday night, a showcase game on Ion as they defeated the Atlanta Dream 99-82. It's the fourth time they've already played the Dream in their first 20 games. They went 2-2, splitting the season series. I'm Scott Agness of FieldhouseFiles.com. After the game, head coach Stephanie White saying and joking how it felt like they've played them 17 times already this season, because you also throw in an exhibition game down in Atlanta. We all remember that because that's where Sophie Cunningham originally suffered that ankle sprain that bothered her early on in the season. But this was a game that felt like weight was lifted off the Fever's backs. It was a moment where I've told a lot of fans and many people, relax, give it some time here. They were healthy for the second consecutive game, having everybody at their disposal as Caitlin Clark was back in the lineups. Damiris Dantas available as well after returning from overseas in Santiago, Chile in the AmeriCup and such. So now we're starting to get a clearer picture of what this team looks like. And I think this is certainly a small sample size, but is a good indicator of the possibilities, what they are capable of with this Indiana Fever team. And because of the win and because of the fashion that they did it, I thought a lot more joy from this Fever team after the game as they celebrated this one both on the court as well as in the locker room.
Yeah, it was a butt whooping. We weren't gonna lie to you about that one, but it was really bad. But I think we need moments like this. Any true competitor know that you need moments to kind of have lows and valleys where you have to go through a tough time, and that was us on Wednesday. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about how bad we played, but I think God willing, we got a chance to get it right today, and so you guys got to see what it's like for us to turn the page, be a sacrificial team, be able to sacrifice for one another, and put together a whole 40-minute game.
We've been talking all year about building consistency. This is game 2 with our whole roster, with everybody in our rotation for sure, and we still haven't had a practice with everybody, right? So I think building consistency, consistency in habits for us, continuing to work consistency in rotation. Now that C's back, now that Didi's back, what does it look like? I thought Didi and AB played really well together today. I like that lineup, particularly against Atlanta with 2 bigs. I like the combination of what they bring to the table, and so it's one game. It was a big one. We needed it, but we got to continue to stack days and build on it.
To begin the game, the Fever went back to their original starting lineup. Lexi Hall in, Ari McDonald back to the reserve. And I think going into this game, it was notable, too, the fact that they had a good veteran officiating crew. And that was important given the fact that how physical that this Atlanta Dream team plays them. And it is, especially with their interior presence. And it's a game against this opponent where Caitlin Clark just gets dragged around and face guarded, literally. Mike Caldwell was not even watching where the ball was. Her job, clearly, was to keep an eye on Caitlin Clark and limit what she does. I thought it was notable that Caitlin looked for a shot early on in the game, attempted 3 of the team's first 5 shots, but it was a game where she was able to get back and pile up the assist total. No, she didn't score 20 points, but 12 points, 9 assists, as this was a game that'll be remembered for, I think, the response after the early punch in that first half, right? They trailed 12-4, and then the Fever went on a big run and answered that. Jordan Canada had a phenomenal first half, scoring 26 points, knocking down 6 3-pointers. That's as many threes as she had made all this season. She was 6 of 29 coming in. And so after that first half, by the way, she was held to 4 points.
Yeah, I thought we were really connected on both ends. I thought our sense of urgency was better, our activity level was better, our communication, defensively. We made things as tough as we could for them. They're a great team, obviously, and offensively, our second half was much better. Take care of the ball, moving it. We had a 77% assist rate, and that's what we have to do. We've got to get the ball moving. We've got to get multiple touches. We've got to get it from one side of the floor to the other and get everybody involved, and then that's how we find success.
The Fever got up 13 points in the mid-fourth quarter. It was 11-2 run in that fourth quarter to keep pouring it on. It was an 8-0 run at that point, and longer than that, it was 20-4. And at that point, things were just clicking on all cylinders for this Fever team. They were getting stops. They won the rebounding edge. That was a big discussion point over the last day and a half here for this Fever team, that they had to absorb the contact. They had to be more aggressive defensively. They had to know their assignments as well. And I think more than that, they had to have that want to. And I thought we did see that in this one, starting with Aaliyah Boston inside, as she has very difficult matchups with Brittany Griner, Bree Jones, Ryan Howard as well. Three phenomenal front court players that made things difficult all game long for this Fever team. But again, they erupted for a big second half, outscoring the Dream during that stretch 59-37 to get the win in this one. Again, that bounce back that they needed. Now off the bench, what a job by Sophie Cunningham. Her best performance in a Fever uniform, recording her first double-double of the year. She finished with 16 points and 10 rebounds, played over, 20, almost 30 minutes in this one, and absolutely she earned it. More than anything, I think it felt good for her to see shots go down. She was 4 of 9 from three-point land and was knocking down timely threes, and that's exactly among her roles on this team. She also likes to be that spark plug, that fiery person. And so there was one moment where there was contact. She fell down, hit her own head, and that led to some funny moments post-game, including how she hyped up the crowd and Kelsey Mitchell got involved too.
Yeah, well, I laugh when I'm in pain, to give you a heads up. No, I just tried to get a jump ball, and she's a good sized post, and she is strong as hell, and I give her all the credit. I wish I had that strength, but that was tough, so I don't know what to say to that.
Man, he's out of me.
I just love it. I really do think this is a really unique and special team. In the locker room, we really do love each other. Like, we love spending time together. Our practices, I'm not going to lie, are long, and sometimes we have to hold hands and be like, hey, we're going to get through it. But this is a team that I have never felt like this in the W. And I've been in it for 7 years. I know you've been in it for 8, and so this is a special group that we have. And so when we can just go out there and have fun and be competitors and feed off of each other, it's just easy. And when people are smiling, like, you don't ever see Kelsey really get like that. But when we see her get like that, we're like, oh, yeah, like we're in it. You know what I mean? And when other teams see that, it's game over. And so we're our best when we're having fun.
It's huge. It's important. It's why we've been able to navigate a lot of disruption, a lot of adversity, is because they're a tight knit group. They like each other. They're for each other. They get along well. But that stuff off the floor doesn't matter if you can't put it together on the floor. And I think that they've done a really good job of giving one another grace in tough situations, and pulling one another along and lifting one another up, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Really, when you can get everyone involved, it takes pressure off our big scorers. When the ball pings and moves side to side, everyone's going to guard our first action. We know that, so invite that, and then get it to the second side, get it to the third side. We have so many offensive threats that you can't really leave any one of us open. You can't. Our bigs are phenomenal. AB has been killing it all season long, so good luck one-on-one down there. Kels, good luck. It opens up everything when you get everyone involved. But I'm not kidding. I think that really does stem from our defense. When we are aggressive defensively from the jump, it just sets our minds offensively. And so as a team, we really do have to get consistent in that. We talk about that, and hopefully we can stack some games together, and you guys will see that.
Mitchell finished with 25 points. Aaliyah Boston, 19 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, which matched her career high. Again, a double-double for Sophie Cunningham. The ball was zipping around. It was humming. Things were going well for this Indiana Fever team. And as Stephanie White said, now it's about continually to stack them, because now they're 10-10. This normally would be the halfway point of the season, 20 of 40 games in, but remember, they added 4 more games, so there will be a couple more games. Basically, the All-Star break truly is the midway point of the season, but it feels like there's good vibes again with this team after an uncomfortable, which is probably good, last couple of days for the Fever, and certainly I know fans were feeling it and frustrated, rightfully so, but you got to let it play out, especially as this team was without Caitlin Clark for 10 of the 20 games. They were without Damiris Dantas for several weeks. Let's see how they can wrap up this final week going into All-Star break. And at this time next week, it'll be WNBA All-Star Weekend here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse with All-Star Friday night, followed by this game coming up on Saturday. Now, speaking of this Saturday, the Fever are taking it easy. They have just a film session planned after this game, and rightfully so. This is a physical game. They've played about 4 games in the last week. They have, 3 more games in the next week before the All-Star break, so I think that's the right call there. And that leads into an afternoon game, 1 o'clock, against the Dallas Wings on Sunday for a national televised audience. And, of course, that's because it's Paige Becker's first time here to Indianapolis, and because Caitlin Clark didn't play in their first meeting down in Dallas, it will be the first time that the last 3 number 1 picks are all playing in the same game, with Beckers, Clark, and Aaliyah Boston. Reporting from Gainbridge Fieldhouse, I'm Scott Agness of FieldhouseFiles.com.